It began with a ping. A single notification. 3:14 a.m. A moment where the world sleeps, but monsters work. Before the FBI ever knew his face, his location, or even if the man truly existed, he had a name whispered between cyber units. Specter. Age. Unknown location. Unknown true identity. Never verified digital signature. One line of code left behind after every intrusion. For 04, you shouldn't have looked. He wasn't hacking banks. He wasn't stealing identities. He wasn't shutting down servers. He was watching people, studying them, learning them, living in their devices like a parasite that never slept. And the only agent who ever came close to understanding him was the woman assigned to stop him, Special Agent Riley Quinn, cybercrime specialist, former NSA analyst, top of her class at Quantico, a reputation built on obsession. She doesn't chase hackers, she drags them into the light. But Specter wasn't a hacker. Not really. What he did was much darker. He stalked from behind a screen. And he never stopped until his victims noticed him. Because once they noticed him, once they sensed his presence, they didn't live long enough to tell anyone. Her name was Amanda Vale, age 26. Freelance developer. Smart, independent, comfortable alone. Exactly the type Specter preferred. One night, she noticed something small. A flicker on her webcam. A blinking LED in total darkness. Emails marked red, even when she hadn't opened them. Her friends told her she was overthinking it. Her co-workers said it was a glitch. But Amanda knew what a glitch looked like. This wasn't one. So the night the LED blinked 3 times in a rhythmic pattern, she opened her terminal, ran a trace. Something only a trained mind would attempt. And she found him. Not his name, not his location, but a session, a live connection, a digital heartbeat. She was not alone in her system. For the first time in his career, Specter responded to a victim. As she typed furiously, the cursor froze. A message appeared. One sentence. "You're interesting." Amanda pushed deeper, bypassed a firewall he didn't expect her to see. Another message. "Let's play a game." Then her screen went black. Every light in her apartment shut off. Power dead. Silence absolute. Her phone rang. Unknown caller. Static. Then a whisper, low, distorted. "You shouldn't have looked." Police arrived minutes later. Her apartment door was locked. Her windows sealed. Her devices untouched. Amanda Vale was gone. No struggle. No forced entry. No footprints. Just one clue. Her laptop turned on by itself when an officer touched it. One image appeared. Amanda Vale, photographed inside her apartment 5 minutes before she disappeared. Not CCTV. Not a phone selfie. A photo taken by someone inside the room. Riley Quinn stared at that image for hours. She didn't see fear. She saw realization. Amanda had seen the monster watching her, and Specter couldn't let her live. 3 days later, another victim surfaced. Male, 29, healthy, found dead in his apartment. No cause of death. Just one message displayed on his computer monitor. "Riley, your move?" This wasn't a hacker hiding from law enforcement. This was a predator choosing an opponent, and he chose her. Riley and her partner, Agent Malik Ortiz, dug deeper. They found the same anomalies. Glitched webcams, devices turning on at night, passwords changed, microphones accessed, GPS logs altered. Whatever Specter wanted was not money, not fame, not chaos. He wanted people, their routines, their emotions, their secrets. Riley followed the only physical clue they ever received. A USB drive inserted into the dead man's laptop. Encrypted, locked, impossible to break. Except, at the bottom was one file name. Vale_01. Amanda. It had been 3 years since she vanished. Why bring her name back now? Riley authorized a deep crack decryption attempt. 6 hours of brute force processing. When the contents finally opened, everyone in the room stopped breathing. Inside the drive was a folder labeled Targets. Inside the folder were dozens of video files, not recordings, live feeds from baby monitors. Smart TVs, laptop cameras, phone cameras, doorbell cameras. Specter had access to everything. He was watching people as they lived their lives, eating dinner, reading in bed, folding laundry, crying alone, smiling at someone behind the lens. This wasn't digital voyeurism. These were auditions, each video labeled with emotional analytics. Valence score fear index distress responses reaction latency dopamine prediction model. Riley whispered, "He's profiling them." Agent Pierce, one of the Bureau's top analysts, looked horrified. Pierce, "He's not watching them to harm them. He's studying them." Riley, "He's experimenting." She clicked the final encrypted folder. Only one file was inside. Quinn_00. Riley's stomach dropped. She opened it. There she was, in her own apartment, captured from angles she didn't recognize, moments she never recorded. Her cooking, her sleeping, her talking on the phone, her crying on the night Amanda's case turned cold, her rubbing her temples when Specter taunted her. Then one frame froze. In the lower corner of the reflection, hidden behind her curtains, a shadow, a person standing inside her apartment. Ortiz stepped back in horror. "Ortiz, Riley, he was in your home." Riley couldn't look away. The video ended. Static filled the screen. Then one final message. "Welcome to the experiment." Pierce uncovered something Specter never expected anyone to decode. A hidden directory, buried beneath false code partitions. Origin. Inside, childhood psychiatric evaluations, medical records, school suspension reports, early cybercrime incident logs, photos of a boy with pale eyes and a distant gaze, age 12, obsessions with surveillance, compulsive monitoring of others, a need to predict emotional responses, a fear of unpredictability. One therapist's note sent chills through the room. Patient becomes agitated when subjects do not react the way he expects. Ortiz whispered, "He kills them when they stop following his patterns." Riley nodded slowly. "He kills them when they see him." Then something darker surfaced, a subfolder labeled Vale_research. Years of footage of Amanda Vale, not tortured, not restrained, sitting quietly, emotionless, expression drained, conditioned, experimented on, broken, and at the bottom was a note. Subject stable but lacks necessary unpredictability. Unlike Quinn, Riley froze. Specter didn't want compliant victims. He wanted someone unpredictable, someone who could understand him, someone capable of replacing him. The letter addressed to her confirmed it. "Dear Agent Quinn, you're the only one who could ever follow me. Come find me." Coordinates pointed to one place, Harker Labs, an abandoned surveillance research campus. The same facility Riley hacked into at age 15, the case that launched her entire career. Specter had chosen her because they were born from the same system. Harker Labs loomed over the dirt road like a dead giant, windows broken, hallways silent, power grid somehow restored. Riley entered first, Ortiz and Pierce flanking her, rows of dead computers, except for one server rack glowing blue. Live feed_active. Riley opened it. Amanda Vale appeared on screen, alive, terrified, inside the facility. Specter's voice crackled over the speakers. Calm, smooth, distorted. "Specter, welcome home, Agent Quinn." The next door slid open. Riley stepped into the observation hall. And there he was. Specter, not a shadow, not a glitch. A man, young, pale, eyes sharp, face half-lit by flickering monitors. He smiled, the same chilling, emotionless smile left in every digital trace. "Riley, let her go." "Specter, Amanda lives because I allowed it." She was step one. "Riley, and what step am I?" "Specter, you're the final step." He stepped closer. "Specter, you see me, you understand me. You were always meant to replace me." Riley aimed her weapon. "Riley, I will never be like you." Specter whispered, "You already are." Suddenly, the system activated. Alarms blared. Monitors flashed. Pierce shouted through the comms. "Riley, get out! He's taking over the entire grid." Specter smiled wider. A projection flickered as Riley fired. The bullet struck a decoy. He vanished into the shadows. Riley and Ortiz tore through hallways as red alarms pulsed. Amanda Vale collapsed into Ortiz's arms as a steel barrier trapped Riley alone. Specter appeared on a monitor. "Come alone." Riley entered the server core. Specter stood before a wall of monitors, each showing Riley through the years, captured without her knowing. He spoke softly. "I'm scared of not being understood." Riley stepped forward. "I see you." For the first time, his smile faded. He reached into his jacket. Riley raised her weapon, but he pulled out a USB drive. "Take it. Everything I built. Every truth. Only you can replace me." "Riley, it ends now." He closed his eyes, smiled one last time. "Specter, thank you for seeing me." Bang. Specter fell, dead. Back at FBI HQ, Analyst Pierce examined the USB drive. Her voice trembled. "Pierce, this isn't just his logs. It's his entire empire." Ortiz stared at Riley. "Ortiz, he wanted you to inherit this." Riley whispered, "Destroy it. Delete all." Lines of code vanished from the screen. Later that night, Riley typed a report at home. Her screen flickered, glitched, turned black. One line of code appeared. 404, you shouldn't have looked. Her phone buzzed. A text, unknown number. "Hello, Agent Quinn." She froze. A second message. "Did you really think he was working alone?" Riley whispered. Specter wasn't one person. One last message appeared. "Welcome to the network.